Hey up my ducks, how is everybody doing? It's the start of a new week. Start of a very busy week for me. Last week of the academic year, lots to do. But I had to come on. I had to come on today because I have made a purchase, which, gosh, when was the last time? In fact, let me pause the video and just have a look at the last time I made a purchase. Okay, it was actually the Modern Hue Tarot 4 months ago. And I believe before that was the Kitten Chops one at Christmas. So I've only actually purchased 2 decks so far this year. And let's be honest, I'm really fortunate anyway, because, you know, I do get to review quite a few decks for Oneness Emporium, for Schiffer, for Destiny. So, yeah, I'm very fortunate that way. But every so often a deck comes along where I just I'm so intrigued by it, and I first of all I'll pop it on a wish list, and then, you know, if I have birthdays, when I have birthdays or Christmas presents, I'll share my wish list, and people often buy them. But every so often a deck comes out where I see it and just think, oh wow, and then I end up going down a bit of a rabbit hole, researching it, watching walkthroughs of it, and I have to decide whether, you know, because let's be honest, funds are tight for everybody at the moment. I'm also saving to go to New York, so I'm trying not to spend too much. But this was a deck, and it's arrived today, and I'm going to be doing a proper old-fashioned unboxing. All I've done so far is taken off the address labels and just cut down the middle. I've not opened it up. But this deck, you may as well see what it is. Well, actually, from the title, you will have seen what it is. Oh, look at this. Oh, it's so well packaged as well. It's come from the UK, so it's taken about a week and a bit. So I ordered it on the Saturday, not this Saturday, just on the Saturday before. It took about 6 days to be dispatched, but they explained that they're a very small team, and, you know, they're working their way through the orders. But this is the AOS, the Osman Spare Tarot. And I first became aware of this through my lovely friend Sandra, who has a copy of the deck. She's not shown it yet. At least I don't think I've missed that walkthrough. But she went to London and she was in Watkins, and she bought the accompanying book that's in this kit. And I was intrigued. I thought, I've not heard of that, but it sounded fascinating. And then my other lovely friend, Giselle from Mad Witch, had seen that and bought the deck and showed it. And I was like, do you know, the more I see this deck, just how incredible and what an important part of tarot history, I took the plunge and I bought it. Now, I will put all the information in the description below. This kit wasn't one of the most expensive kits. There's one with like a bound hardback book and all that. The deck is £35, which for an independently produced deck, I don't think is that expensive, particularly as that's kind of an average price now for mass market decks. The book was £30, and then, so I thought, well, if I'm spending £65 and then postage and everything else, I may as well plump for the this kit, which just looks beautiful, doesn't it? The reason why I said it's kind of an important deck in tarot history, this has been kind of lost for 100+ years, decades, and it's from 1906. So it even predates the RWS. And from what I understand, and I need to read the book, but my limited knowledge of just doing a little bit of research online is that Osman Spare was an artist and he was an occultist. And now I believe he was a member of the Golden Dawn. He was certainly a member of an occult society. And as part of the kind of membership of that, or kind of like perhaps an initiation, I don't know the details, but members were encouraged to create their own tarot deck, which makes sense. You know, Arthur Edward Waite did it, Aleister Crowley did it. And this is quite not like any other tarot deck that I've seen. There's lots of text on it, which is hard to read, but the book, which I'll explain and show you, tells you exactly what is on each card. So this is a nice, it's a linen finished plain black box with just AOS on it. It's a 2-part box, so the lid just lifts off. Look at this, and it's a really, really nice, hard, sturdy box. So we've got the deck, which also comes in this this bag, and it says AOS on here. The deck is here on the inside, and this just tells you that it's an organic textile, global organic textile standard organic bag. So certified by Soil Association, so that's good. Benefits of organic cotton: no polluting pesticides, saves precious water, helps farmers feed their families, healthier soil, etc. So that's quite nice that they've put that in. There's a AOS pin badge. Now let me take out these little, in fact, let's use this and stab it. That makes it easier, doesn't it? Thanks, Cheryl, this comes in handy. Pop that over there. Yeah, now I don't know if I can grab it to hand actually. Can I? Yes. So I have my little travel bag. So when I used to go and do readings and things like that, I'd throw a spread cloth in here, put some decks in here, etc. But these are little pin badges from my travels around. There's the 5 Cent Tarot. We've got London, Scotland, some from Tarot Collectibles, Clock on a Stick, which is a delicacy here in Nottingham, and then Chalice Well, Glastonbury, different places that I've been to. We'll have to add a New York one to that. So that might be nice to put that on there, or do I just want to save it in the kit? But it's like these cards stacked on top of each other, and it says AOS. So that's that. We've got some art cards. This is I think these are the aces. Looking at them, they are reversed, so you get text for upright and reversed. So we've got some art cards. Look at that, the juggler. The cool thing about this deck as well is he doesn't use pentacles, swords, wands and cups. He uses the playing card associations of hearts, spades, clubs and diamonds. So when we get to the minors, but here's the juggler, the magician. We've got the queen, as you can see here, we've got the queen of clubs. And again, in the reversed position. Now, I believe this is like an additional card, and it had a number on the back on the original. And I love this. Look at this, how it's doing, like, it's got the devil just by using this. What do they call them? Like shadow puppets. But yeah, really cool. So he's got his fingers up here, and it's kind of giving the devil shadow there. So that's cool. It's got tarot, yeah, and so that's a few art cards that you get in the set as well. You also get an additional book here. Oops. Oh, now I've done it. So I've got one out. Let's get the other one out. So I thought for £100, to get a £30 book, a £35 deck, this book, the art cards, the pin badge, and this nice set, I thought it was actually really good value. Yeah, so this is the book that is like a companion book for the deck. It's called Lost Envoy, the Tarot Deck of Austin Osman Spare, and it's edited by Jonathan Allen. So we'll have a look at that in a minute. This one is very light. I like the paper that's being used. It's obviously recycled. This company seems to be doing a lot about organic things, recycling, good for the environment, because it's very light. The paper feels like it's recyclable paper. Okay, so it's double-sided. So we've got the tarot. It's occult significant. It's occult signification, use in fortune telling, and method of play. So that's and that says an Austin Osman Spare tarot source book. And then this side is how to tell fortunes by the cards, tarot method, Tuilia. I'm not sure what that is. Cards, crystal gazing, teacup law, etc. So yeah, and it. Look at it. You can tell it's from a certain time, and as it says here, 1906. Look. So this is what these books are based on. How cool is that? How cool. Oh, it's like looking back in time, isn't it? Can you imagine finding like a Pame or something and the original pictorial key? I'd imagine it's all set out like this. 1888. So this will be, I'm really excited. I've got 3 more weeks and then I've got a little bit of time off work. I've got some day trips and things, but I'm excited to do some study. So the book that you get, this one, Lost Envoy, if you're buying the set, now you can buy everything separately, as I said, so do check out the link below. You might just want to get the deck, or, you know, you can get the deck and the book, which will be $65. It's really good. This really helps you with the cards. So as you can see here, we've got the major Arcana look, which is our full card. And it's just each card listed on that bit. Okay. But then you get what's written on each card, as well as the illustration. So looking at it from the beginning, should make sense to do, wouldn't it? When was this? This was 2023 copyright last year. And I do think it's been out before. This was on Kickstarter, by the way, but I think it was out before, but it's been brought back, which I'm really pleased about. It's such a shame that a deck gets, you know, lost for all those years. So you've got your foreword by Mark Pilkington, your introduction by Jonathan Allen, Austin Spare and the Ages of Tarot, a work for artists, Mind to Mind and How, Mind to Mind and How by a Sorcerer, Austin Osman Spare, his own Arcana, Austin Osman Spare and the Borders of Tarot. So there's lots of information in here, as you can see. That's a portrait of Austin in 1907. Fortune telling by cards. So introduction, going through the history of tarot. Now the deck does have different coloured backs, and they're all the original deck were hand painted, so they're not just a copy, each one is unique. So here's a selection of 11 cards from the deck, 3 panels taken from the frontispiece of Charles Webster Lebeter's Man Visible and Invisible, 1902. So maybe this is why some of the colours were used. Some of his sketches, and then the Ages of Tarot. So it's obviously giving you the origins and history here of tarot. We go into the Rider-Waite-Smith. There's Pamela, our Pixie. Just when I think I've seen every picture of her, I've come across a new one. There's the Atella there. So yeah, and then we go into the Osman Spare Tarot deck, which breaks it down. So lots of information, but for me, as well as reading all about the deck, which will take a while, I really like the fact I've got the Kabbalah tree. It's not something that's. I like the fact that we've got the whole deck here. Some cards look less finished than others, but I think that's part of the charm. But yeah, I like that we've got all the cards, and then we go into, after we finish this, there's some of the backs look that are used. I like the idea of these different coloured backs. We then go into what is depicted in each card, because some of the text on here is hard to see. Okay, so nice chunky book. How many pages is that? 350 pages. So nice sturdy book. I'll pop that back in the box with that one, and the art cards, and then let's have a look at the deck. This is really nice, this bag, especially with it having the AOS on there as well. I ought to bring the camera down really for this bit, so let's do that now. Okay, let's take the cellophane off. It's gone very dark in here. I'm hoping the light will be okay. We're about to have a storm, so we've had the severe weather warning, and it's in place from 6 p.m. tonight, which is in 10 minutes, all the way through till 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. So this is a nice matte finished 2-part box. Again, very sturdy 2-part box. And then on the back it says, in the first decade of the 20th century, the English artist Osman Spare, 1886 to 1956, hand-painted a remarkable deck of fortune-telling cards. Produced in around 1906, this glowing relic of the British occult revival is thought to have been the young artist's personal training deck, and it conveys the excitement and experimentation of a period that laid the early foundations for today's golden era of artist-drawn tarots. And yeah, I know that's what it's believed to be, but that makes sense to me with the amount of scribbles and keywords and writings on the card. Spare's deck has been lost to the world until its chance rediscovery in 2013. Wow, so what's that? 1906, 107 years. Within the collections of the Magic Circle Museum in London. Had it not remained hidden from public view for so long, Spare's creation could have significantly influenced tarot's wider cultural development. The deck's design is highly unusual for combining cartomancy and taromancy, and for the complex system of interconnecting visual motifs that link many of the cards across their borders. Yeah, so not all of the cards, but some of the cards you can lay side by side and you'll see some of the motifs line up, although not perfectly aligned. Which, when you think that that was done in 1906, and then everybody refers to when that happens now, that it's kind of like James R. Eads' invention with Prismavisions. Published here for the first time by Strange Attractor Press. That's who I bought directly from. In collaboration with the Magic Circle, the AOS Tarot will appeal equally to artists, card readers, scholars and occultists. And this deck came out last year, as I said, through Kickstarter originally. I'm not sure if it's going to be an ongoing project for sale, because, and that's one of the reasons why I didn't wait for a birthday or anything like that, because I did hear that it's leftover stock from Kickstarter, and when they're gone, they're gone. But I don't know if that's true either. But anyway, let's dive in. So even if you just buy the deck, you do get a little white book, AOS Tarot. I don't think it's a book for, you know, looking up a card and getting a meaning for it, but it's more about Osman, Spare, and the deck, etc. So a little other information there. Oh, look how these are wrapped in. Oh, look. Oh, I love it. I love things wrapped in paper. And this is how tarot decks used to be sold. Patrick Valenza from Deviant Moon does his decks like this as well. And I don't want to tear the paper, even though it's just white paper. Okay, there we are. All right, so we've got additional cardstock. Is nice. Not the thickest, but it's a springy cardstock. It's got a silky finish to it. And look, oh look, the box has a tray inside. Okay, so that's quite nifty. Don't very often see that in a two-part box. It's got a very handmade feel to it, and as you can see with the backs, we've got these different colours, but look at no two backs are the same, because these are scans, obviously, of hand-painted backs. I don't know if there's any significance behind each of the colours, whether the book will go into that. It probably will, but we shall see. But yeah, there's different coloured card backs here. Primarily it seems to be black, pink and purple, with the odd green in there. Lots of purples. I think all the majors are in purple. Yes, they are. So we have this additional card that I mentioned, but it would seem that all of the majors have these purple backs. But again, every single one is different. So this is an additional card. I would probably use this as a significator, because I do work with significator cards, particularly when there's an extra card in a deck. So yeah, and there was a number, yeah, and again, it's just a copy of what happened in the original. It's titled card 21. Don't think the others have any numbers on them, but not quite sure why that's there. There's 21 here in the corner as well. But maybe, you know, if it is meant to be a significator card, maybe that needs to stand out for them in the deck. So yeah, and I love this. I love this kind of devil shadow here. So for our majors, as you can see here, we've got words like the foolish man, folly. So I'm trying to look at some of the smaller words as well. Bluff. Yeah, and I'm not going to get my magnifying glass out, but what I will show you is how the book, I'll just put all this away and I'm getting it all out again. But just so you've got an idea, if we go to the book and we look up the foolish man. So here's the card. And you'll see here, so it will say the foolish man, card back is purple, and then the upright text, the foolish man, folly, expiation, wavering, links here with the 6 of clubs, as folly, rashness, So as it appears in the card, that's why you've got the sick there. It's written like that. Indifference. So you get to see, and then the reversed, hesitation, instability, trouble, arise. Again, it's misspelt, so you've got sick. Yeah, and then it gives you some notes about the card as well, which I think is really useful. So I think this book as a companion book will be invaluable, really, to deciphering some of the text that might be harder to see. But here we've got our four. We've got this little demon cat here, look, tearing at the garment. But it's very much like a Marseille style, as is the, here it's called the juggler. We've got the one here for card number 1. I'm just trying to see where. So does that line up like that? I'm not quite sure which line up which, but that's the idea, that a lot of them do join up. So yeah, love the juggler. Power, dexterity, willpower, sorry, willpower, dexterity. And if you do read reversal, then you've got words there as well. And you can see why this would be his training deck. I think if I was to do, if I was learning tarot and I'd got a lot of blank cards, I think I would do something similar to this. The Inquirer. We've got cross keys here. This is our High Priestess. It says High Priestess here, look. With Juggler. The Empress. I love how it's just her head and bust, and we've got the crescent moon. It's interesting to find the cards that these kind of link with. Action, undertaking, movement. And then we have our Emperor here. Where does that fit? Look at this. So this is the Pope. Gorgeous. The Lovers. Beautiful card. Unwise plans. Failure when put to the test. Links with the 9 of Diamonds. The Chariot doesn't have a person in it. I suppose these are kind of half human. Victory overcoming. Justice. Interesting Justice card. We've got this head being hung here. I need to work out what these link with. It's almost like the part of a bigger sheet. That probably explains why the backs are as they are. But I'd have to look at how they fit together. The book probably illustrates that as well, because I did see a lot of cards laid out in the book. Look at the Hermit. Caution, prudence, deliberation. The Wheel of Fortune, the Luck card. Strength is at 11. This is 1906, so it was before the switching of strength and justice in 1909. Fortitude, power, links with the 10 of Hearts. The Hanged Man. at that death card. Change. Yes, definitely change. Transformation. What's it saying reversed? Death just escaped. Partial change for the better. Cool death card, isn't it? I love this. I love things like this. Temperance. The devil. Fatality. So we have the lightning struck tower, ruin, disruption, loss, bankruptcy, overthrow, calamity. Can't read what that says. The star. Oh, that moon is beautiful, isn't it? Deception, twilight. It's so cool to have his handwriting rather than just type font. There's the sun card. I love the different change in ink as well. The last judgment, renewal, result, determination of a matter. And then we have the universe, the world card. Here is the universe card, completion, good reward. So that's the majors. And then we have the minors. Now all the aces, I believe, are a similar design. Yeah, as you can see here, we have this symbol representing the ace. Yeah, so they're pretty much similar in design. Lots of information on this. So again, not so much on the upright, but certainly here, look, there's all the correspondences there. So that would be cool to look up in the book as well. So we have 2, stranger, and this is the hearts suit. Actually, I wonder if that's upside down. Did I turn it upside down? I don't know now. I'll need to, let's look at the book, because it would make sense. I think I turned it upside down accidentally, but the good thing is we have all the cards in the book. But we would start with diamonds, wouldn't we? Here we go. Yes, I'd got it upside down. What a klutz. Okay, so this is the right way. So that's why there's a lot more correspondence here to have a look at. New lovers. The 2 of cups, right? The 2 of hearts. Kiss, lovemaking. So these don't have a lot on, but some do, which, you know, which is fine. This is his study deck, he's writing and illustrating as he goes, but some are more sparse than others. So I often wonder if it was completed. I mean, look at all that information on there. And the backs change colours here. We had the purple ones and still more purple ones, but puzzle, doubt, indecision for the 6 of cups, 6 of hearts, sorry. But isn't it a cool concept to have somebody's training deck, somebody's study deck that they've created themselves to help them, for both upright and reversed. We've got the knave and the knight. It even says here, hearts, cups. The Queen and the King. And then we have our Ace of Diamonds. So we're getting into our Earth suit. Present ring, success, fortune. In reversed, it's money. Great friendship. Got the 2, the 3. Look at this. I wonder where they go to. Oh, look at this knight. Diamonds. 2 there. Green. Different depictions, which is cool. And then we have our Ace of Clubs, our 1 suit, fire energy, letters, correspondence, a visitor, dissolution, sudden, speedy, friendship, our lover, the knave. I mean, look at, this is great artwork. I mean, it is quite sketchy, which I love. It's very rudimentary. It's scribbles, it's doodles, and his handwriting. It's great. So the Ace of Spades here, which is our sword suit. Tears, so we think of the 3 of Swords. Oh, look at that, we've even got scribbling out. A sweetheart. I've got to try and piece these together at some point. Failure. Long journey. Look at the different backgrounds here between the knave and the knight. It's the same sort of backgrounds that's in the majors. The Queen, the King, and then we have that spare card and another spare card, which again, back in the day, you did tend to protect your cards by having these additional ones, even as late as the 1970s, having spare cards. But what a cool deck, a piece of history from 1906. There is a book out as well. Giselle's got in her video, if you see her walk through this, there's a book out about Osman Spare as well that you can get, which tells you about him and his life, which after I've made my way through Lost Envoy and the other little book that comes in this set, I might give that a look. But for now, I just want to play with these cards because I think they're so cool. I love the different backs as well. Let me know your thoughts. Yeah, what a shame it was hidden for so long, but we have a copy of it now. and hopefully it's still available. I'm really thrilled to have the set. But yeah, let me know your thoughts of it, and thank you for watching. Until next time, go in peace. Namaste and blessed be.